YouTube, it's been a minute, so let's come do my hair with me. It's getting thick, but it ain't going down. My hair's broken off so much everywhere, but that's just because I keep letting other people touch it. So here we are doing my own hair. Let's not pay attention to the breakdown because obviously. Okay, y'all, so let's do Bible study with me. I am going to drop my podcast episode tonight too, but let's just do Bible study with me. It can become a little hard when I grew up in church. I grew up believing in God, and just like going through high school and getting distracted with stupid things that didn't matter, I kind of lost my way. And I've been finding my way back to God, and God's been finding his way to me or showing me the way to him. And I just want to do Bible study. If you're not religious, this isn't the video for you. If you don't believe in him, this isn't the video for you. But if you do, here we are. So my Bible study, I try to do it every day before or after work, or even just like if I'm at work and I'm just sitting there, I try to do it. My son is also here, so let's take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, let's take that with a grain of salt. But so I like to watch Elevation Church, their pastors, and it's this one guy named Steven Furtick. He has this video, what God says versus what you feel. Oh, I'm just a mom. But that's what we're going to watch, and we're going to listen to it, study it, and at the end I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all, so brief intermission because I had to get my son together, but I like to watch this guy called Steve Furtick. I guess he's with the Elevation Church, and he has this video that you can find on YouTube, and it says what God says versus what you feel. And I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to choose that one. Because sometimes I can feel like I'm supposed to be further, I'm supposed to be doing this, supposed to be doing that, or I'm just I just always be telling myself I need more, I need this. But honestly and truthfully, sometimes when I do that, God brings me back to reality and like, you're not ready for what you're asking for. Understand what comes with what you're asking for. So I feel like this would be a good video. We're gonna watch it. At the end, I'm gonna come back together and we're just gonna talk about like the important things and what I took from this, and I'm just gonna go over some of my favorite scriptures at the end. If y'all like this content, just let me know. No fancy microphone, no fancy setup, just a girl recording. I'm just a girl talking. We doing Bible study. We ain't here for the aesthetics, we here for the word. Okay.
Snacking. Ain't it confusing? When God calls you one thing and your circumstances call you another? Ain't it crazy when God calls you free and your habits call you addict? Isn't it crazy when God calls you love but your emotions feel closed? Isn't it amazing when God calls you chosen but you feel left out? Enter David, the chosen one of God. The one who wasn't called to appear before the prophet Samuel when he came to anoint the future king. As a matter of fact, at the moment that the king was about to be chosen, David was just doing his chores, tending the sheep. But the prophet knew each time he went to anoint another son with oil that this is not the one that God has chosen. So one commentary says that the oil froze until David showed up. The oil would not move from the flask of the prophet to anoint the next king. And David did not have to chase the crown chased David. This may set you free from thinking that you have to be at a certain place at a certain time, or you have to get the attention of a certain person, or you have to be recognized in a certain way in order for your anointing to be real. Being recognized doesn't make it real. It is what it is before they say what they say. I was anointed to preach when there were no people coming to the Run to Win seminar. I'm anointed to preach today. The only difference in what has changed is the number of people that I'm doing it with and for. But one thing I need you to know about your life is that it's one thing to run for something that you chose to run toward. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to find a husband. I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to run a marathon. The devil is a liar. The Lord didn't tell you to do that. It's one thing to run after something that you chose, but it's another thing to run when you're being chased. And I don't necessarily just want to preach to those today who are running towards something, because that's wonderful. If you're motivated and you're inspired and you're like, by 50, I want to have this much money. By 40, I'm going to have that much. So when I'm 50, I can have this much. That's fine if you figured that out. But there is a sense in which you and I both know that sometimes what's really moving you in your life is not what you're running to. It's what you're running from. And people see what you run to and they judge you by that. People see what you run to and
so basically right here he's talking about how sometimes when we're running towards or when we're trying to get to where we're going, we're not going there for the right reasons. We're going there to escape or to get away from something. We're not going there with the best intent.
They admire you for that. But the significance of the text in 1 Samuel 22 is that David is a king and he's in a cave. And he's not running from a giant, no. He's not running from his assignment from God, no. He is running from the king, and he is running from what he is going to be. Not by his own choice. David did not sign up for this event. Saul, the king, was supposed to.
Okay, y'all, so we about... sorry. My hair need to get done, but we here for the word, not for me. So, y'all, I'm about 15 out of the 20 minutes into this video. And remember that I said that the subject was what God says versus what I feel. And here's what I'm taking out of what I'm listening to so far. Don't allow the place that you're in make you confused about the person that you are. Don't let the situation that you are in force you out of the position that God has for you. You were chosen even now. Our expectations of God shouldn't be, it will never be anything chasing us, but to believe that we are chosen while being chased. You are allowed to rest in salvation, but run to his arms. Allow him to be your strength. Allow him to guide you. The tools that you use say a lot about what you've been through. Psalms 142:4. Look and see, there is no one at my right hand. No one is concerned for me. I have no refuge. No one cares for my life. Psalms 142:5. I cry to you, Lord. You are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. Listen to my cry. I am in desperate need. Rescue me from those who pursue me, from those who are too strong for me. And this is what I was writing. That's Psalms 142:146. 142:6. We're going to continue the video. Let's see what y'all get out of it too.
For me.
And I'm gonna do I'm gonna watch 2 videos, and then I'm gonna read. I'm starting the Bible from front to end on my phone, so I'm gonna do that. But y'all not gonna come with me for that. I'm
because of your goodness to me. Now, when he said the righteous will gather about me, when you get me out of this, because some of y'all praying, God, when you get
Psalms 142. Set me free from my prison, that I praise your name. Then the righteous will gather about me because of your goodness to me.
55? Do I hear a 56? Do I hear a 57? But it's like, whatever. Listen to this. He's praying. The righteous will gather about me. He's praying for support. He's praying for help. He's praying for somebody to care. He's praying for somebody to see. He's praying for somebody to hear.
Psalms 142, 4, that's a good prayer for when you're praying for help. Like, you know how sometimes, I'm pausing, so I don't talk over him. So, y'all know how sometimes it can feel like you ever, like, I ain't even gonna lie, I've done it so many times. You ever be like, God, if you get me through this, I'm gonna do better. This prayer is for when you're praying it. These are the scriptures that you should read while you're feeling it. I'm gonna let the video continue.
1. His father's household heard David was running, and they went down to him there. Not only his family, which we're going to talk about in a second, but look who else came. All those who were in distress, or in debt, or discontented, gathered around him. Okay, God, remember how I was praying for you to send me people? I take it back. I don't need anybody, Lord. Just me and you, Lord. All I need is you, Lord. And here come 400 lined up. And then what are they? They are David's 3D army. 3D. You say where you get that from? They were in distress, they were in debt, and they were discontented. God might show up at your door with 3D this week. But remember how we were saying sometimes you pray for something and then it comes and you don't want it because it came in 3D? It came in debt, distress, discontented. It came in the form of a need. Why would God answer a prayer with a need? Come on, think with me. Think with me. I can't just say stuff that makes you want to shout. I got to help you so you know that while he was praying in that cave, he prayed, God, then the righteous will surround me. And here comes, in debt, in distress, discontented. David's like, let me try that again. Then the righteous. Thought I said ratchet. I said righteous. Sorry, Lord. And now we have a decision to make, church. The question is, why did these 400 people show up at David's cave in the moment of greatest need in response to God's answer to the prayer? And I will suggest to you that it's this: because David was anointed, because he was chosen, because he was anointed.
So, just to really bring it all together for y'all. So the story was about a man who was set for greatness by God, but there were things, obstacles, somebody who was making it difficult to step into who he was supposed to be. So he ran into a cave, and while all these obstacles were getting thrown at him, and y'all, if y'all get it, follow me, we're following. If y'all understand why all these things were being thrown at him, while all these obstacles are being thrown at him, he starts to pray, and he asks God to help him, send people for me. And when he got what he prayed for, he didn't know what form he was going to get it in. But when he got what he prayed for, he basically, okay, sorry y'all, I'm trying to figure out how to word it, so let me just, when he got what he prayed for, he didn't understand what was going to come with it, but it came. He prayed for something, it came. He didn't understand the stress, the worries, the concerns, the debt, the discontinuations of things to come with it, but he asked God for something. God delivered. Why did God deliver? Because he was anointed. A word.
And for everybody who is in the cycle of self-pity, of why is everybody always...
I'm going to also watch this, I think her name is Sarah Jenkins video. She has a video out called Step Into Your Calling, so
if you would get down
watch
in
it
your
too.
spirit that he came for the underdogs, that he came for the people who didn't mind coming from behind, that he's not looking for the person who came in first place, that he's a last place kind of God, and that he came for those of us.
Step Into Your
who
Calling is
felt
the
like
video.
we were
I'm gonna link both
invisible
videos
to the
below.
world. Because he sees us. He recognizes what he placed down on the inside of you. And regardless of what has happened to you in life,
Yeah, her name is Sarah
what
Jakes.
has hurt you in life, you still got a treasure down on the inside of you, and he can see past your brokenness. Why can't you? I'm going to be speaking from Luke 8 and 43. You all can be seated. I am just so honored to be here. You know, when I was growing up, I never would have thought that God would give me good speakers.
I really love Sarah Jakes. I feel like she's such a girl.
I just happen to believe that this is a womb. Theater, but I think that it's actually a womb in which something is going to be birthed like never before and transformed within our lives. And I just look forward to being a midwife, if you would allow me to bring forth what God is doing in this place.
Okay, so I just want to come on here and I'm like 23 minutes in an hour long, and if you can't take that long to sit there and get the word, I don't know, but I'm happy that I'm appreciating this word. When I say that she has the whole entire crowd silent, I really mean that. When I say that everybody is feeling what she's saying, and I'm gonna break down what I have gotten at 23 minutes so far. Don't become invisible to your pain. Sometimes storms in your life can produce invisibleness. Don't allow it. This read was about a woman who spent 12 years on her cycle. Lots of physicians seen, lots of money spent. She never stopped trying to end the cycle. The pain was unbearable to the point it consumed her. It made her want to be invisible. It made her not want to be seen. She just wanted to be healed. And she touches God. And instead of saying, hey, I touched God, instead of telling God, hey, I touched you, or even telling anybody else, hey, I touched you, I touched him, she just went back to being regular. She just went back to being her past self, her invisible self, where she should have blossomed, bloomed. It's no longer about a relationship. It's no longer about a career. It's no longer about anything else other than finding God. Devote yourself to God, because God will give you the answers to all things needed. God will do what he always does, and that's provide. What God has for me is for me. Excuse me. When you put God first, everything else will align. And I wholeheartedly believe that. God is not looking for the person in the first place. He recognizes you. He knows what you're going through. He understands what you're going through. He's here for you, whether you can see it or you can't. He is there. Don't miss acknowledging him. Stop looking at the past you. Believe who you can become. Trust that God will do things that he always does. Provide. God can do all things above you. What God has for you is so much greater for what you can see. Believe that and live by that. Sometimes God speaks a word into your life, but because you're too afraid to actually live in that word, we go back to being who we used to be. Not recognizing that the moment that we received the word, we became too big from where we used to be. The moment that God placed that word in you, everyone needs to grow or get out. Do not deny who you are. Don't do it.
Walking in the fullness of who God has called me to be. It's time for me to start walking in the fullness of my calling and my destiny, and to stop apologizing for wanting more than anyone else wanted. For some reason, this woman, she stood out to Jesus. He was in the crowd, and there were so many people touching him, but for some reason, the way she touched him.
Okay, y'all. I just want to come on here and get it all together for y'all. So we're going to go through what was the end, and I'm going to pray, and I'm going to go to sleep. Thanks for watching this video. As always, remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Who needed this video got this video. This video is just it's from a girl who's just a girl who's trying to find God, or who's trying to understand that God will heal all things. And I'm just telling you what the last little bit of the video was about. Reintroduce yourself. Walk in who God has allowed you to become. Don't ever become so successful that you forget that you need Jesus. Don't ever become so successful that you forget what got you to the success. Recognize the power that you hold. Don't become invisible to yourself. Call on God. Stand in your truth. He cannot bless who he pretends to be. Always aim to be better. Recognize who you are so you can reach your higher self. Pour power into your situation. Speak Jesus into everything. Ask Jesus to heal you. Be vulnerable with Jesus. Learn to say, hey, Jesus, I need you, and I need to do better at that. Allow him to show you who you are. Ask Jesus to transform your mind. Give glory to God. Live everything to Jesus. Live in the fullness of who he has allowed you to be. A word was said. I told y'all she had this whole entire, it was like 1,000, probably 2,000 people in that room. She had everybody silent because what she was saying was real, and it's easily felt. But I'm just a girl who's trying to do her best to find Jesus, trying to become a better woman, trying to become a better mom, trying to walk in the path that Jesus had made for me. That's all I'm trying to do. Like I said earlier, we don't care about the career, we don't care about the boyfriend, we don't care about the relationship. We trying to walk in the path of Jesus, because at the end, that's who you got to answer to. But yeah, y'all, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know if y'all want to see more of this content. It's Life with Tage.